Alright, before we get started, yes, I know, for some people this is not a good day. But, you know, just gotta keep chugging along and, you know, do the best is what we can. That's all I'm gonna say on the matter. That is quite literally all I am gonna say on this matter. And, yeah. I also did some day drinking, so it tells you what kind of mood I'm in. Anyway, so, this was voted on over on my Patreon. As always, if you guys like to be part of the polls and whatnot over on said Patreon, just hit the link below, head on over to my Patreon in the link in the description below, hit the first tier, that'll allow you access to do so. Yeah. So that can allow you access to, like, my stuff on, like, the polls and also, like, the movie and episode reviews. I had done all my episode reviews of Agatha all along, as well as episodes on the Penguin, which I need to have time to, like, do. I need to, like, take care... I need to, like, sit down and, like, actually take care of that. I've been busy. Anyway, so this one was... I wanted to do another WarHammer 40k crossover. And I really kind of thought about it, and I thought it'd be kind of fun, like, to do a poll. And this one won by a large margin. I know a lot of people don't want to hear about polls or, you know, votes or whatever right now, but that's how the cookie crumbles for this situation. Even as I say this, I'm like, man, I don't want to hear the words voting or you know, polls or whatever. Yeah. But we're not here to talk about that. But we are here to talk about a Mass Effect WarHammer 40k crossover. That is what we are here to talk about. And... yeah, I'm kind of happy this one won, although I will say that there were a few that I did, in the poll that I did want to win. There was a few that I was like, man, I could totally work on that. And the reason why I didn't do this one right away was because, like, I needed a good story. Like, I needed a genuinely, like, I needed to sit down and think about this story in particular. But yeah. So, without further ado, let's talk about this Mass Effect WarHammer 40k crossover. So, essentially, what this is, like, what this story begins is, like, where we are in like, Mass Effect continuity. We are essentially in, nebulously in Mass Effect 2. And what is going on is that Cerberus has detected this massive energy influx from this ass end of the galaxy. And the Normandy crew, like the Elusive Man and the rest of them are like, hey, we want you to investigate that, Shepard. So Shepard and the crew, the Normandy crew, head out in order to investigate whatever these energy readings are. And when they find it, what they discover is this, it's like a rift. It's like something has been, like, trying to rip a hole through the warp, what do you call them? The warp gates. I think, no, that's not the name, but yeah. Basically the thing that allows you, like, fast travel. And there's, like, some kind of energy tear, and something is, like, it feels like something is trying to get through it. And, some of the crew are, like, freaking out over seeing it. Like, even Shepard himself is like, that doesn't feel right. Like, that does not, like, something evil is in there, and it just, it just feels like just pure evil. Like, I didn't encounter that, like, with the Reapers or anything, but this just feels like absolute 100% just pure evil I'm encountering right now. So what happens is that, well, we don't know what it is. We may as well take readings and try to get closer and figure out what it is. And of course, you've already probably guessed right now, it's the warp. You know, it's the immaterium, and it's starting to, like, rip through. It's starting to, like, rip through into the Mass Effect universe. The reason being is because the immaterium has been, like, slowly being, like, cut into through all the jumps every ship has done, like, every ship has done in the Mass Effect universe. So every jump was just another another hole being cut into the immaterium, and now there's a fissure big enough for the immaterium to come through. But it's not just the immaterium coming through, it's everything from the Warhammer 40k universe. Everything is being dragged through because the immaterium's coming through. It's like pulling elements of that universe behind it. So, sure enough, the immaterium breaks through, and thereby breaking the barrier from the Warhammer universe into the Mass Effect universe. And there's just gonna be chaos all around. Both figuratively and literally. The immaterium, thereby causing the universes to, like, break, bend and break. It essentially, what it does is allow all these other races and whatnot to, like, come, charging through the universe, into this into the Mass Effect universe. So of course the Normandy has to be like, get the fuck out of here. So they fly out. They're trying to contact, like, anyone who will listen, because it's like there's something worse than the Reapers and it's coming through. But at that point, yeah, the universe already is aware, because now the Warhammer universe is now in the Mass Effect universe, and everything inside, everything that entails with it. You've got the Orcs going to war with the Krogans. You have the Turians being attacked by the Tau trying to, assimilate the Turians, but the Turians aren't having that. You have the Imperium of Man, like, that Indominus crusade is hanging over Earth, and Earth is just like, what the fuck is that? And even Gilliman is like, that can't be our Earth, right? So yes, it's now the galaxy at war is now at war big time. So yeah, there's now just endless fighting left and right, and of course the Chaos Gods are just lapping it up. And there's never been anything like the Chaos Gods in the Mass Effect universe, so even like the Reapers are like, like, what the fuck is this? And the Necrons are now intercepting the Reapers to battle, to fight them, because they're like, well, this is a new galaxy, we can have it. So among all this, the Chaos Gods are just kind of like lapping this up, because now it's like two universes, and there's a good chance that the warp itself would grow so powerful from, consuming two, assimilating two universes. There's a good chance both universes die and chaos reigns. And of course, you can't forget, like, I forgot to mention, yeah, the Tyranids are out. The Tyranids High Fleet Leviathan is out there spreading like wildfire. So Shepard gets together with all of his crew, and they're like trying to figure out something. They're trying to figure out, like, an actual, like, solution to what is essentially the biggest crisis known to their known to this universe. And they come to one solution. If we can go directly into the warp and, like, heal the rift, it will probably pull not just whatever these chaos beings are, it'll probably pull everything else back into its proper place. Like, it'll rubber band back into these two universes being separated. So Shepard is like, cool, so how do we do that? And they're like, well, we're gonna need some help, because we don't know what's in there, and we don't know what is out, what could possibly be out there, what's inside of it. So we're gonna need, like, some actual help. So Shepard is like, what you're saying is we need to talk to someone from this universe and see if we can get their help. Like, that's what you're trying to say here, is like, we need someone else's aid from that universe, and it looks like no one wants to help. And they're like, well, we need a proper guide and what have you. So Shepard is forced to, like, seek out anyone who can help, and it's like getting another crew together for the Normandy, just now with Warhammer characters. See where I'm going with this? I did a video of this not too long ago. So, yeah, what was I gonna say? So, Shepard has to go to to several characters to help him battle the Chaos Gods in the Warp. And among those, he like enlists the help of Eldrad. He gets the help of Kane. He gets Caiaphas Kane's help. He actually gets the aid of Tuska Demon Killer, the orc who is known for demon killing, because he's like, oh, it's a fight you're gonna have. Oh, it's a proper crumpin'. And Grunt, who's like, I like this guy. But the big thing is they need like real firepower behind this. So the one person they have to go to is Rabute Gil. Even Eldrad is like, you need to talk to the one person we need at our side is a Primarch. So you need to find Rabute Gilliman. So they fly out, and Earth and the Imperium are just having it out. And the Normandy crew has to like sneak past to get into to Rabute's ship, where Shepard actually confronts Gilliman and is like, "Look, dude, I know our universes are different, but both universes are going to die unless you help us get into the warp and fix this fissure. We have the technology to do it, but we need the numbers to do so." And Gilliman's like, "Why should we help you? You're consorting with Xenos and what have you." And Shepard's like, "I know you don't believe that. Eldrad's told me enough about you to know, like, yeah, you are not, this is not really who you are. You're not some God Emperor worshipping asshole. You're a legit dude. So please, for the love of all that's holy, fucking help us." So Gilliman is like, "You're right." So Gilliman orders the Indominus fleet, and is like a call to arms with Shepard and all these other races to invade the warp and go deep into facing all the demons of chaos into stopping stopping the rift from destroying everything. So it's just one big invasion between the Imperium and the alliances of Mass Effect, going in there, Space Marines, Turians, even the Eldar and the Tau show up to help out. So finally, they fix the rift, and as the universes are starting to like pull away from each other and put everything back, Gilliman has this moment with Shepard where it's like, you showed me, your universe showed me where, alliances like this can actually happen. Like you showed me a universe that can actually be put together. Like, it showed me a universe that can actually be something greater. So, with unity. I don't know if that'll ever happen in my time, but it'll happen one day in the future. So, good. I hope. We'll probably never see each other again, but fare you well, Commander Shepard. And he's like, and Shepard just goes, "Courage and honor, Primarch," and they both fade away. And by the end of it, everyone's Garrus is like, "Well, that was fun. Let's never do that again." So by the end of it, universes are saved. Everyone goes about their separate ways. That's the end of it. So there you go, guys. That is pretty much the Mass Effect WarHammer crossover. I needed to think of something good for this. I had a lot of ideas. That's why I kind of sat on this for a bit. So I was just kind of like thinking to myself, what could I do specifically for this? So I just kind of went with a Marvel versus DC, like, big universe crossover. I know a little tried and true, and also a little standard, but hey, what can you do? So you guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of this story? Like it, hate it, comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.